What's up, everybody? We are back at stage 7 and 8. Now we are with our women's divisions. We have a mix of women's elite and women's 40 plus. They are getting started first with stage 7, and after this they will move immediately on to stage 8. And here we go. In our women's elite division, in order, Ashley Hunn, Katie Batiste, Lupe Hernandez. In the women's 40 plus, Jess Bolton and Becky Wagner. Think of this as every minute on the minute, EMOM style, baby. So the first minute, max calories on the Concept 2 bike. And then after that minute has expired, they move to the prone position with their rifle, a 650-yard target, 8 rounds, trying to hit that bad boy of steel out there. And then we have our lovely spotters that I am gonna move out of the way from so we can see when they get these hits. So sometimes you got to learn by failure, and I learned that through covering the men's division. I am not going to keep track of their score as we go, but when this is done, I will check their scores at the end. Before the end of our video here, we will know who won this stage, and we will know who won stage number 8. 6 total rounds of bike shooting, 8 shots per round, and they enter this stage with 3 magazines that are loaded. In the middle of this stage, they do have a 1-minute reset where they then will reload those magazines.
10 seconds!
Or they can also, as you see on your screen, right there, that is that's Jess Bolton in the black that was reloading as she goes. I don't believe that there's a standard that you can't do that. Just some other athletes have chosen to, take a deep breath, get back to the bike, but I don't think that that's a bad idea to be loading a couple of rounds as you go to kind of save yourself during that 1 minute right in the middle of this stage. So your leader of the women's elite, she is going to be the second woman in to the left of your screen, Katie Batiste. And then to the left of her, Lupe sitting in second. Coming into today, there was about a 12 percentage point difference between the two of them. Lupe has been able to narrow that gap and right now is just about 8 percentage points behind her. So both of these stages are going to be incredibly important to determine where that leaderboard ends up for the women's elite. This will be round number 2. Again, shooting 650 yards. It's either our longest or one of our longest rifle stages that we've ever seen in a regional event with tactical. So this stage, points. They want to accumulate as many points as possible. So for the calories on the Concept 2 bike, 1 rep, 1 point. For the shooting, 1 hit, 4 points. So that shows you how important those targets, hitting those targets is going to be. And this stage is certainly going to reward those athletes who are good at long distance, long range shooting.
3, 2, 1, go! All
right, here we go.
This is the start of round number 3. Once they go into their reload, that minute off, I will look at their scores on the Concept 2 bike so we can at least see where they're sitting with calories. And to give you a little teaser of what stage 8 is going to be, it's right here, our Concept 2 strength ergs. So if you want to talk about a quad blow up, stage 7 and 8 are going to do that to you.
10 seconds.
Jess is done. Ashley,
3,
closest to your screen,
2,
is done.
1. Do not load till I say go. Unload your mag. Go.
And our range officer, Star, just making sure that everybody is following the correct standard there. So the ruling is they can't load their magazine until that minute starts. So they're able to get off their bike early, get situated, set up, but they cannot load their magazine into the rifle until that 1 minute clock starts. Lupe is done. Becky is done. Jess, Ashley, and Katie. So now they can start loading their magazines.
they can start
That's
early.
gonna, yep, so they can start early. That's going to
10 seconds.
give them a
before your
little
1 minute
extra
of reload
time
starts.
of the 1 minute reload. So let's check in what they're doing. So
1.
Ashley is
1
at
minute
52
starts of
calories
reloading.
on her bike. What did I say, 52? I've already forgotten. Ashley's at 52. Katie is at 56. Lupe 47. Jess 37. And Becky 46. So keeping in mind our first 3 women, they are against each other, and then our last 2 women in a different division are against each other. So sometimes that just happens with squatting based on the numbers of people in each division. You might be squatted with a different division, just the way it flows. And we do not reseed. So if you're coming from potentially the CrossFit or functional fitness space, typically on the last day of competition, leaderboards will be reseeded based on ranking. We don't do that here. Whoever you start with in your squat or heat, that is who you're going to stick with through the entire weekend. However, at nationals, we do typically have a top 5 or a final workout, a final stage rather, and that's where you will see something like that. So now this is the beginning of round number 4 of 6. They reloaded 3 more magazines, 8 rounds in each mag. And this will be their final stage of the day. 8 stages. That is pretty standard and pretty typical for our tactical games events. Normally between 7 and 8 stages, and not all of them are going to be that, standard 14 to 15 minutes. Some of them are, a minute and a half stage if we have a 2-gun stage, or we look at stage number 8 that they'll take on right after this, and it's 90 seconds. So if you're trying to think of workload and how taxing a weekend is it easy? Absolutely not. Are you going to work hard? Absolutely. But not every stage is going to be a grueling 15 minutes. We have some of those quicker ones, or some unique ones. We have our obstacle course this weekend. Normally, if there's not an obstacle course, it will be some type of run, whether that's a rough run, whether it is a run with plate carrier, your sling rifle, your pistol, and full kit and everything, or sometimes we do it slick. 2 years ago when we were in, I believe it was Holt, Florida, they had a beach run. At least the elite athletes had a beach run. So that was a fun, unique way that they could use the location to their advantage and add it into their programming.
3, 2, 1, go!
And if you're at home and you're interested in getting involved with tactical games and you've been watching any of our YouTube content and trying to figure out, how do I train for something like this? I don't have an obstacle course at home, or, I don't have a strength erg at home. That's okay. There's other ways to train, and we have some really great training programs and folks within our community. We have Sal Hernandez, one of our best elite competitors, who helps with our dry fire training. We have Jacob Hepner, multi-time national champion in our men's elite division, who helps with our programming, and a lot of different options of things that you can follow to help get you ready. The biggest thing is just Get off the couch, get moving.
10 seconds.
Lift weights. Get on a Concept 2 bike because we're seeing them more and more at our tactical games events.
Go!
And then if you don't have easy access to a shooting range, dry fire over and over and over. Put some targets in your house, in your backyard, and just run through some drills. Lupe done.
Okay, John. All right, if you need to, don't worry about it. She can just stop biking now. Stop with the bike.
Yep, and this is also why we have a range officer on site. If an athlete has an issue or needs help with something, we have them here. They can ask questions. I think there might be some kind of issue with her rifle. And sometimes that happens. And the biggest thing when that happens is just being safe, making sure that your muzzle is always pointed downrange, making sure that you're not, getting it into a bad position that could first compromise you or anybody else's safety, but also something that could result in a disqualification of the stage or your weekend. So just making sure that you're always safe with the firearms, never breaking the 180 rule. That one's really big. And it's difficult, especially on those stages when you're moving and shooting. So the more that you can practice those things, and even just, you wouldn't run before you knew how to crawl, getting better, learning different things to be safe over everything. And it looks like whatever was happening down there with Jess, she was able to figure it out or resolve the situation, at least for this round. This is their last round, right?
Yeah, this is it.
Yep, okay, so that was their last Concept 2 bike. These are their last 8 shots before the end of stage 7, and then they will get their rifles out of the way and move right on over next door to stage number 8. We will continue to roll through that whole thing, so keep sticking with us.
If you're finished, go ahead and chamber flag your rifles, please. Chamber flag your rifles.
And they are done. So just clearing up everything. Ashley with 99 calories, and we'll get their total scores after they finish stage 8. So Ashley 99. Katie 109. Lupe 100. So Katie at least had the most calories for that stage, but we do need to take into account the targets that they hit, because remember, the targets are, each good hit is worth 4 points. And then for the women's 40 plus that was at the end, we had Jess and Becky. Jess had 75 cals and Becky had 95. So Becky will take that one.
Yeah, 42.
42? Did I read that wrong? Oh.
Yeah, she had 42 hits.
Oh, 42 hits?
Yeah, she kicked my ass.
Hell yeah. Sal, what?
By like 15 or more. And I'm a long range shooter.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So what did you learn from Lupe by watching her?
I learned I need to use a rose gold rifle.
You gotta look more pretty out there, Sal.
That's what it is. I don't have enough color in me,
That's true. We got to get him some pink and sparkles next time, Lupe. So Sale got manhandled by his wife, Lupe. He's over there shaking his head.
Not just in this heat, but for the whole competition. I was bring it back. You can adjust your damper.
So even though Lupe took second to Katie when it came to the calories, She did really well on the targets, and that is honestly the most important part, knowing that each hit is worth 4 points. So we will see what her total score is after this. Right now we have our volunteers that are working on calculating those total scores. And a lot of our athletes here have never used the strength erg before, so they're getting a little instruction, so I'll be quiet now.
The farther you push, the bigger the score you're gonna have. Cycle the machine as fast as you possibly can. Use your heels to drag the carriage back towards you as fast as you can, and then push as hard as you can. I'm going to count down from 3. You're not going to need that bar.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I'm going to count down from 3 and say go. When I say go, you can start. Do those first 3 revolutions as light as you can, but as fast as you can, because they won't count towards your score. On the 4th push, that's when your score starts. And you'll see the timer in the top left start counting down from 90. Does anybody have any questions?
We're showing 3s, we're good.
Roger. 3,
Last one.
2, 1, go!
Let's go, let's go.
So now they have 90 seconds. Kilograms per meters is going to be the calculation of the score here.
That's it, come on.
For the women, do you know what the highest score has been so far?
I don't, but I don't think anyone's gotten to 3,000 yet. So it's probably in the 2s, 2,000s in there. Yeah.
If anybody is watching this at home, what is the best way to compare this machine? What would you compare it to? Is there anything?
No, it's similar. It's a leg press, so they would get used to that. But it's concentric only, and with this, because we're doing work, so the number of repetitions matter on this. So basically, it's going to really blow up the quads and the glutes as you're going. So 2 things you got to remember: push really hard, push often, get as many reps as you can in 90 seconds.
Okay, thank you, Greg.
How much longer?
Greg Hammond with Concept 2.
Done for the day.
Oh, yeah.
How much time?
30, a little over 30 more seconds. Come on, go, go. You got it, you got it.
30 seconds and you're done for the weekend.
Yeah, finish strong.
Let's go, Katie. When you get to 10 seconds, let's go. You gotta go faster. 20 seconds left. Go.
Get it, baby, get it.
Oh, yeah, come on, ladies.
Push, one more. Yeah!
And they are done, yes. The body just collapsing.
2-1.
Absolutely smashed. Whoa, you're shaking your head. What's going on here? How's the body feel?
That's not my specialty. That's fine.
No, why not?
Well, brand new, but man, I need to squat more. Hebner, can we get these in? Because I need some help.
Start with the strength erg programming. How do your legs feel? You just got off the machine immediately.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to get off. That hurt really bad.
What was the worst part of this? Like, did you see a number on the screen and think, oh my God, this is where it hurts?
I looked up at 45 seconds in, so halfway through, and I was like, I still got to do exactly what I just did for 45 more seconds.
What do you tell yourself to keep working through till that final second?
This is the last stage of the day. Just give it all you have, because you can just collapse after this. You don't have to do anything else. So.
Okay, time to collapse now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Lupe, how are you feeling over here? I like the handlebars for support.
Trying to survive after that biker go over there.
How did that potentially fatigue you, pre-fatigue, before you got on the strength erg?
On the last round, so I was like, hey, go as hard as you go, or as fast as you can, and it's hard. I'm like, okay, I'll go. I know I'm going to pay for it for this one, but it's okay. It's all right.
Was anything in you telling you that in stage 7 you needed to not push as hard on the bike, knowing that this was coming next?
Absolutely, especially because the shots were 650. If you miss those shots, you're biking for what? That's a lot of points you're able to collect. But luckily, I got my hold for 650, and I was impacting. I beat Sal on that one. I double digit on him.
Is he ever going to live it down?
I don't think so, but I love it. I'm going to have this over his head.
forever, and he does that for a living.
Absolutely.
Everybody, this is your opportunity. I know that Sal helps a lot of people with shooting and dry fire, but I think now you got to call his girl Lupe to get some tips and pointers. Lupe is your expert long-range shooter now, y'all. She beat Sal. It's a great day. It's a great day for her, maybe not for Sal, but that will do it. No, it won't, because I said we would get the scores. We're gonna go over and we're gonna see what the final is for our athletes as the scores are tabulated.
But he's like, this is just
Or maybe they're not. I don't see somebody here yet. They might have needed, they might have needed more eyes. So just bear with me as we figure it out in real time. Oh wait, I think they do have it done. Okay, oops, almost cut off the video. Okay, I'm gonna move this. So they do have the final scores. Let me look at them and get my eyes on. So for the first part, for the long range and the bike, it was in fact Lupe Hernandez with a total of 268 points. So she, for the women's elite, will win stage number 7. Behind her was Katie Batiste, who was sitting in first overall heading into this stage at 237, and then Ashley at 187. So that's your 1, 2, and 3 for the first portion. And then, of course, we also had the women's 40 plus. We had Jess and Becky in this stage, and Jess with 219 points. So she will be ahead of Becky with 135 points on that first part. So let me look at these notes. Let me just make sure. Okay, and then for the strength erg, so stage number 8, it was Katie Batiste who will take the 100 percentage points for that one. So Lupe takes 7, Katie takes 8 with 2,131 on the strength erg. Lupe behind her at 1,961, and then Ashley at 1,858. As for stage 8 for the women's 40 plus, Becky at just over 2,400 and just over 1,800. A lot of numbers. Did you guys get all of that? It's good though when we can give you final results on one of these stages. We don't get to do that all the time because it takes a little bit longer to get the paper targets back. But since this was steel and they had spotters out there, a little bit easier to get you guys total scores in almost real time. That will do it at our stages. Now it's time to get these videos online for you guys. This has been so much fun. We are so grateful to the hospitality that we've had here in Epping, New Hampshire. It has been such a fun event. We hope that you guys have enjoyed all of the coverage. Make sure you like the channel, subscribe to the videos, send this to a friend, help the channel grow, and we'll see you next time.